Hi, I'm David Jones from the Manor from Devon Cooking School. This afternoon we're going to be cooking puff pastry galettes, poached fruit, toasted almonds, and serving that with vanilla ice cream. We're going to be using the Morsø Forno oven. What this recipe demonstrates is that whilst the Forno is perfect for cooking pizzas and fish and meat at high temperatures with lots of flame, it's also fantastic for cooking dishes which has got a little bit of finesse, which require a little bit more delicacy. What I want for this recipe is a really consistent heat. And what we've got is an oven which is fully heated, and at the back of the oven I've got a nice bed of embers. The first thing we're going to do is heat up a tray on which we're going to bake the pastries. Nice cast iron tray, we'll give it a few minutes to warm through. Because I want the heat in the oven to be nice and consistent now, I'm going to use the door. Meanwhile, I'm going to prepare some pastry bases. Ready rolled puff pastry, and I'm going to brush those with a little egg wash, just to give them some nice colour and a little bit of crispiness on top. And then I'm going to use a fork to prick them all over, and that'll just stop them from puffing up too much. Our base should have warmed up by now. And our pastry bases can go directly onto the base. And those are going back into the oven, along with this little pot, which I'm going to use to toast our almonds, and the door's going back on. Our pastry bases have had 4 or 5 minutes in the oven. Undoubtedly, with the embers at the back, one side will have started to rise and the other won't, so we're going to give it a spin through 180 degrees. At the same time as I do that, I'm going to put some almonds in to toast, and I want to do all of that fairly quickly so that the door is only off for a few seconds and the oven doesn't lose much heat. Whilst our pastries are finishing, we can get set up for our poached fruit. I've got a nice cast iron pan here, and into that I'm going to put some peaches. I think we've got about 8 of those. 1 vanilla pod, which I'm going to split down the middle so that it can let its flavour out. On top of those I'm going to put some apricots. Onto that some sugar. And to that I'm going to add some apple juice. Let's go with about 100 millilitres. These fruits are going to let out plenty of juice anyway, so we shouldn't need too much liquor. Okay, our pastry should be done. Let's have a look. And there they are. Lovely and light, nice and crisp on top. Perfect. We're also going to bring out the almonds, and they've just started to take on some colour and a beautiful almond aroma. What we need to do next is build up a little bit more heat in the oven and bring it up high enough so it will poach our fruit. You can see we've got a nice fire burning in here now. That'll provide plenty of heat to poach our fruit. The pot will keep it nice and protected from any smoke. The fruit's had about 10 minutes in the oven. Time to have a look and see if it's ready. Steaming and smelling absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to have a little prod of that, and it's soft, but there's still a little bit of resistance. It's not collapsing. Absolutely how we want it. So we're taking the fruit out here and we'll have a look at the sauce. If the sauce is too thin, we'll put it back into the oven and reduce it for a few minutes. If it's too thick, we'll add a tiny bit of apple juice just to let it down. But looking at that, I'd say that's an absolutely perfect syrup for this dish. I think it's time to get this set up. We've got one of our lovely crisp pastry bases, some apricots and some of the plums. And then here we've got a nice scoop of a lovely vanilla ice cream. And to finish that off, some of our lovely syrup and a few toasted almonds. So that's our puff pastry base, poached fruit, vanilla ice cream and toasted almonds, baked in the Morsø Forno, and I think that shows that it's perfectly possible to cook these sweet, delicate dishes in the Morsø Forno, and they come out absolutely perfectly.